YouTube, it is of course your favorite game here, Above Average Cody. And first off, thank you guys so much for 2,000 subs. The support has been crazy. We have so many new people here on the channel for the Halo Infinite gameplay. So today, I'm going to be showing you guys my current controller settings, and I'm not going to go too in depth in explaining them, but I'm kind of going to let you guys know each value, why I have it at what it is, and then kind of what I'm potentially thinking of doing soon in the future to possibly improve my gameplay, hopefully by way of controller settings. Let's get right into it. And first off, since somebody is going to ask, guys, I do play on an Xbox Elite Controller Series 2. I play with Control Freaks. I play with a raised Control Freak thumbstick attachment on the right stick, and I do use 4 paddles. I have a ton of videos on the channel of my controller setup and how I like to run things, but let's dive into strictly the controller settings. Now, my button layout, guys, I run literally default button layout. Everything's pretty normal as you'd find on like Call of Duty or things like that. So right bumpers like throw grenades, my pushing the right stick for melee, and then my ABXY is your generic ABXY, you know, X reload, A jump, but I have all 4 of them mapped to my back paddles, so that's pretty much what I'm running in terms of just button layout. I don't run anything special like bumper jumper or anything like that. I know a lot of people do. I also don't play claw. I just use my paddles to kind of run everything. Nothing too special in the movement and aiming, guys. No inverted anything. I use hold to crouch, guys. I like this over the tap to crouch because it's less button movements when you're doing the crouch strafing and things like that, because when I let it go, I stand up, so it's much easier rather than double clicking for your crouch strafe. Hold to zoom, obviously. Hold to sprint is off. So basically I just tap the stick once and it starts sprinting, but I can, like, I don't have to leave it clicked in because that kind of makes it hard to maneuver and move. Movement assisted steering, no. Maintain sprint on. Auto clamber off. I find it's easier to mantle onto ledges when you want when this is off. Step jump I have off. And now we're getting into the meat and potatoes here, guys. The sense and acceleration, guys. I do run 4 look acceleration, and then I run 6 horizontal, 6.5 vertical. This is just kind of what I found comfortable. I've played on 7. It felt a little too fast, but that could have been my look excel. And then I played a little lower, but it's too slow for me. I like a lot of Call of Duty. I play a lot of Call of Duty, so I like trying to make this faster playing game in terms of turning and looking around to enemies, guys. Only thing I will say with this, I said I wasn't going to explain too in depth, guys. If you run a higher sensitivity, generally I recommend a lower look excel, and if you run a lower sensitivity, I recommend a higher look excel, just because it kind of counteracts in terms of like spinning around, doing 180s, and trying to really challenge enemies that are either behind you, or maybe you're on an objective and there's a lot going on around you. It helps reduce the slow turn. So that's what I run, guys. I do run a half a tick up on the vertical. That's for like grappling, looking down to throw grenades. Sometimes you have to look up and down a little faster. So I do run a tick higher than on that, just a half a tick. Some people go 1 full point, but I found I just kind of like half. Zoom sensitivity, guys, on every site I have it default. It gives me something to get used to, and the curve of going to different scopes is kind of a smooth transition. I wouldn't really change any of this unless you're having one really big issue with like the high zoom sniper scope or something like that. I recommend just leaving this all the same because it leaves one thing for your mind to just get like comfortable with and used to. Trigger dead zones, guys, all default, 0% inner, 100% outer. You really shouldn't have to play with this unless you're having an issue with like the plasma pistol not charging, which I've done videos on in the past, so we're not going to get too into that. Move thumbstick, guys. This is what people really want to see for some reason. Center dead zone, I run 5.5, which I realize is a little controversial because 0 is like amazing in like the God mode setting, but my axial is at 0. This is just kind of what I did initially, and this is what I like, and 5.5 is what stops my drift, because I do have a subtle amount of drift if the stick settles a certain way right there. I'm not touching the left stick and I'm drifting. I could probably get to 0 with no drift if I were to increase my axial, but it's just, I'm so comfortable on these settings, guys, that I really don't want to change them. My max input threshold is 15, guys. Trust me, put it on 15. That will give you a very fast strafe. If you don't believe me, guys, put it on 0, strafe, and then move it to 15 and strafe again. I promise you, it's a fast strafe. The higher value reduces the slow turn in the stick. It literally says it right here on the bottom right of the screen. So 15 on the max input, that is strictly for the strafe. And then if you can get this to 0 on your settings, I recommend going lower. Mine's just 5.5 because that's just kind of what works for my controller. Now, the Look thumbstick, same thing here. I have 0 center dead zone with 0 drift, and I think that's because my axial is at 12. A lot of people have been saying to go down to like between 4 and 6. I believe Shotzilla, that was you. I hate it if I'm shouting out the wrong person in the community here, but I believe that is what they recommend a lot of people are doing. So I want to try to drop that soon. Again, I'm just telling you guys what I might be changing in the near future, but right now I am keeping this on 12 because it allows me a 0 on the center dead zone for the same reason up here we talked about. It just makes the stick the most responsive. But the max input threshold on 0 for the opposite. I want a bigger variation in how the stick wants to move with aiming and things like that, so that's why it's at 0. With 15, you're kind of making it so you can just like ham fist it one way or the other, and it kind of does the max movement. But you want the opposite for the Look because those are much finer stick movements, so that's why the max input is down to 0. And that's kind of the majority of the settings here, guys. I don't have any special hotkeys. The only thing I have changed, I believe, is I moved my drop weapon to, yes, left on the D-pad. That is a setting that I made. I believe if you hold Y or hold your switch weapon button, it'll drop the weapon on its own, but I kind of just did this on my own. Because back in Season 1, when it was a big deal to drop the Mangler and get those kills, that's what I used. Now, oddly enough, drop weapon is GA'd for the HCS, and by no means am I a pro, but I enjoy competitive. I enjoy the competitive scene, and so I kind of like follow those GAs as like a wannabe type thing, which is kind of funny. Vehicle, guys, everything's default. Equipment, most things are default. I had to play with a little bit because obviously my left is switched to drop weapon, so that kind of threw all this off. Same thing with the grenades, and for some reason I can't ping. If any of you have any tips on how I can fix my ping, because I think I like hotkeyed the ping button to something else, so now I can't ping, and there's not a straight up ping button. So if you guys really want to know my controller settings, I cannot ping. I don't know why, and I can't figure out how, but I also haven't tried that hard. So if any of you just have a quick fix in the comments, please let me know. TAC map, everything default, guys. Nothing too special there that you guys probably even care about. And guys, controller settings, if you have any bare bones tips for controller settings, or you have something weird that you run that you want to briefly explain in the comments, please comment it below. I'm going to leave a heart on it because we do this big thing on the channel where people leave helpful comments. I heart them. They go to the top. So anybody watching this video, most people scroll to the comments. They can get help from you guys in this community as well as the videos that I'm producing here. But guys, that's pretty much all the settings. If you have any specific questions on why I run what I run, let me know down below. I reply to every comment when I have time, so I will be answering those questions. And also, guys, I'll link not a million, but I'll link 3 or 4 other controller settings videos I've done down in the comment section because I've done a lot of controller settings videos, guys. But anyways, thank you guys so much for 2,000 subscribers. Again, I've said it in like every video as of recent, guys. The support has just literally been insane, and I can't believe how quickly we are gaining, I guess, traction and just support. But you guys are so great. We built such a great community here, and you guys are literally my friends at this point. So 2,000 subs. I'm speechless about it. You guys had me speechless today on stream, and I really don't know what else to say about it, guys. I never thought we hit 1,000, so 2,000 is even crazier here. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. If you're not already subscribed, guys, great community here. Amazing stuff here on the channel. It's a lot of fun. Some chill live streams, all that good stuff. So please hit that subscribe button. Next goal, obviously, it has to be 3,000, so we're going to see what happens. But, guys, I'm just here having fun. We're chilling. So hit that sub button. Leave a like on the video, guys, please. It does help out so much. And, again, comment anything helpful, any questions you may have, or whatever you want to say, guys. I reply to any and all comments. But thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. We also have channel membership. Super thanks. You guys do not have to support monetarily, but it is greatly appreciated if you feel so inclined. But that does it for me, guys. These are my current controller settings. Kind of just wanted to do this video with all the new subs we've been gaining. So if anyone's new here and curious what I run, this is it. This is the video for you. But that does it, guys. Thank you so much again. I appreciate you all. I love you guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned for the next video.